Welcome back, y'all. Just a check-in day today. We're gonna see how things are getting along. We're gonna clip what needs clipping, pick what needs picking, eat what needs eaten. As you can see, the sunflowers are huge. And those aren't the only ones. Absolutely mammoth. I wish I could get closer to it because it's bigger than my head. You guys remember our gourd dipper plant? I had high hopes that this one would vine all over the empty greenhouse cage, and it is doing just that. I keep wrapping this tendril, but it doesn't want to play ball. But it's made it all the way up and over. So proud. A couple of heads I clipped the other day for the birds. Looks like they did quite a good job. These ones I want to clip and save for seeds, but the bees are loving them so much I just keep leaving them like day after day, but once they start getting really picked at, I'm going to have to clip those off. They grew really, really well though, all the way through the back of the corn patch. Hello, beautiful. Aw, there's a little baby one. Herbs are doing beautifully. The lavender back here, it bloomed a while back. That was awesome to watch. Tomatoes are coming in. Got a ton of tomatoes over here. Check these guys out. I've been doing everything I can to prop these up. I'm gonna end up eating all these before I can do anything with them. Man, check these out. Hand for size comparison. It is awesome to see the tomatoes doing so well over here. It was kind of experimental putting them this far back. This is the north end of the house, and then there's trees over here on the west side, so it gets a lot of shade. But in keeping with the rhyme that we learned all spring long, beans roots, greens fruits, nice easy way to remember how to rotate your raised beds for maximum nutrients. We decided to put our tomatoes back here, and tomatoes being a fruiting plant, we'll put beans in after that to kind of bring the nitrogen back into the soil. But awesome to see that they're doing so well because they're really not getting that much sunlight. The corn is looking fabulous. As you can see, we do have some ears that are already ready for picking. We're just gonna leave these on until later tonight. I'm gonna take these off this evening and grill them. I just have to go find that chicken that's been running around the neighborhood first. Now the beans, you guys saw a little bit in the intro of the video, the beans that we planted with the corn are doing really well. That is part of our Three Sisters planting with the squash, beans, and corn. Now the squash, we did plant squash. If you guys missed that video, there was a braless gardening video on our Patreon channel. The corn just got too big before those could flourish. And we did have some issues with wind and storms. You can kind of see some of that there. We ran some string through there and attached them to these T-posts. And it helped a lot of the corn recover. However, some of it stayed kind of laid over. And then we've got the bean trellis. Now a lot of this is actually sweet potato vine. I stuck a sweet potato in here, I don't know, sometime after I planted the potatoes, and they are actually ready to dig up. We'll probably do that next video. But look how the sweet potato is doing. I've never grown one before. Everyone told me they were gonna vine like crazy. I kind of just wanted to see what would happen. But yeah, beans are doing amazing. Let me zoom in here. We got beans galore, absolutely everywhere. I have been picking them, I have been eating them, but a lot of the garden this year was more about just having seeds for next year. So a large majority of these are gonna dry right where they're at. The beets, if you guys watched our last garden video, I asked everybody, like, what do I do with the beets? You guys told me to pickle them. So I do have a pickling solution in the house. I also have the recipe for that if you guys are interested. And I'm gonna pull all these out today. We're just gonna finish touring the garden first. All of our burgundy bush beans. Plants are starting to fall over, they're so heavy. Again, yes, I've been picking these and eating these, and I still have them like crazy, but a large majority of these are gonna go to seed. It looks like I have not eaten anything out of this garden. Nasturtiums are taking over this end of the bed. Potatoes are dying to be harvested, and I'm really just curious to see what's down there because, again, this is the furthest north the potatoes have ever been planted. That is my north wall right there. So there might not be much in there, but it's always an experiment, right? Romaine is falling over. I'm gonna pull those out, leave the ones that are still standing. And somebody told me that I could cut all of my Swiss chard down like 2 inches from the soil and it would start sending up fresh sprouts again. So we're gonna do that, see if that works. That would be awesome. And that is the whole garden. I don't have any strawberries yet. I've read that that's more likely a next year thing since I just planted them this spring, but let's get to picking stuff. That is a huge difference. These nasturtiums were getting really leggy because they didn't have enough sunlight, so they'll finally have a chance. And we'll see if this stuff keeps growing. It's a fairly cool day, but any amount of garden work in the summertime is going to be hot. At least we get to get out on the river later. Let's see what we can get for beets. There are some good ones down here. Oh yeah. There's a bigger one. This one's just sitting on top of the soil. Focus. Still just sitting there. I had no idea that they grew like on top of the soil like that. That's crazy. Even his neighbor, these two grew side by side. That is impressive. Oh yes. What? Ooh, they smell good. Not bad so far. Last one. Little bitty. Oh, nope. There we go. Not bad. That'll make some pickled beets, all right. I'm also told that the greens are really good, kind of like sauteed with butter, like you would any other green. Never had it, but I do love greens, and I'm down to try new things, so we're gonna test that out. But beyond that, I think we're done today. It's pretty hot, I gotta go in. However, I do believe that our very next video will be potato picking because, as you can see, we've got some lovely potato berries on here. Potato berries are something that we talked about a little bit last year. We'll get more in depth there. You know that you can grow a potato from a potato, but if you don't have a potato to start one from, you need a potato berry. As always, guys, I appreciate you joining me. I think y'all brought me some good luck because I've never grown these before. It was experimental. I just read that it's really good to grow them next to carrots, and I'm all about companion planting, so now I gotta go pickle them, and hopefully I like it. try this piece just as is. Oh, okay. It's like a carrot. That's awesome. I had no idea. It's literally like a carrot. It's sweeter though. All right, that is it, guys. We'll come back in a week and try them out. I appreciate y'all joining me.